and welcome to On The One. I'm here today to talk about my tune Direct Flyte featuring Victor Wooten. We're gonna do a production, arrangement, breakdown. So I have this variety show on my channel. It's called Cory and the Wong Notes.
Welcome back to Cory and the Wong Notes.
For this second season, we recorded everything live on the set, and I decided I'm not gonna really spend any time mixing. I'm just gonna get it loosely there from my template that I build in like 5 minutes, and then send it off to John Fields, who did the mix. I don't have the final mix session. Today's video is brought to you by Beyerdynamic. This is my preferred studio headphone. I love the DT700 Pro X. I also have these guys, the 1770s. They're a little bit brighter, a little more hi-fi. They're a lot nicer, but these are my headphone of choice. These are what I love in the studio. These are what I travel on the road with. I've listened to them for a lot of years, and I just kind of know how they're gonna sound on other systems because they're really accurate, great sounding headphones. I'm gonna show you my session here, and I have it synced up to the video. I edited the videos, what I wanted it to be focused on, imported into Pro Tools, and then I could kind of see what's happening as it's going. So you can see that I have raw footage, not color corrected. People are giving me crap for not color correct. You know what? I don't care if I color correct or not. You know, whatever. That cat's like Michael over here to color correct. He's on me too. He's like, come on, man, the color's not. I'm like, yeah, but also raw is kind of dope, you know? We did it on a soundstage in Nashville that I rented for 6 days or something. We recorded pretty much the whole album on set. At night, after we got done recording, I would take all the video files and just sync them up to the rough mix, the bounce from that day, from whatever the best take was. In this case, I think it was take 3.
You want to do one more, or are you good?
I'm whatever you guys want, you know.
I feel good, but if you want to try another one, I'm down.
I'm good with all of it. Yeah.
Let's try another one.
Let's do one more. Why not?
One more.
One more.
Anyways, here's the session. This is a tune that Michael Nelson and I wrote together. I put together this rhythm section thing, and I said, Michael, adapt Flight of the Bumblebee for this. Add this line here, add this thing here, here. Michael's just like, why don't we just write our own Flight of the Bumblebee? It's like, oh yeah, that's a better idea. We sparred back and forth a little bit. What was too much? What was too little? What was too chromatic? What was not chromatic enough? As far as this tune goes, I really wanted to have something that was a groove-based tune that features Victor in the way that he really just plays pocket, but then let him loose on a solo. I gave Victor kind of a loose guide, and I was just like, do your thing, and we'll go around it. I love that he just played the pocket and showcased that part of his playing, and then let loose on the creative side with his solo. Landed on this, which I feel super great about. Let's see how my mix sounds compared to John's. Probably more percussion here than what ended up on the album. Everything's probably a little tighter in the final recording, but this actually sounds like a really cool live recording. Like, I'd just be down with this. I like things in your face and dry. The horns are kind of up front here. It's a good enough mix, but John finalized it for us and I approved it and I thought it was great. So let's dive into what the elements are. Sonny and I are just going direct, so we don't have any amps on stage. Victor's going direct, but we did have a little bit of a speaker so he could feel a little bit of something, because I don't think he loves playing on in-ears. I think he wanted to feel a little action. Can't blame him. Here's what the drums sound like. Do you hear bleed of the percussion? Yeah, who cares? That's part of the magic of recording live. Kick, snare, snare bottom, hi-hat, tom, 1, 2, 3, and overheads. That's the mics. Nothing cute. Standard. As far as the percussion goes, congo left and right, bongo left and right, 2 overheads. Simple. I don't think it's a ton of bleed considering how close Nêgah is standing to Petar. It's kind of great. And also that makes it so I don't need a room mic. I never use room mics for anything. There's just bleed, and that happens. Let's go to the bass. Victor's going direct, and I have a little bit of EQ on it. lick right there surprised everybody. Listen to that in context. Big! This is what I'm saying. Okay, let's go to the horns. You get the horns, you got some... This is the kind of bleed you got. You can hear everybody stoked. That's the vibe that really helps the session. Victor's up the bat and everybody's in the dugout just like, yeah, yeah! You know, hitting a triple out there. All right, let's go to the guitars. My guitar is just DI. I have it running through the Archetype Cory Wong plugin. Go figure. Whatever, just kind of chunking. Here's Sonny's guitar, also running through the Archetype Wong, but through the Clean Machine amp. We're both playing kind of weird in a way that makes it, I'll isolate it later where it's just drums and the guitars because it's pretty cool. Let's get through the rest of the channels. So we got Nord on its own, just stereo Nord direct in. And the B3, I had the Leslie back behind the set, so it does have a lot of room bleed. Honestly, I think we probably should have put more isolation around the Leslie because it captured a lot more room stuff. So I ended up deleting everywhere that Kevin wasn't playing. I just deleted that audio because it was way too much room bleed. I like things dry. Kind of funny actually like that, but it's like, that sounds like a mess. But it's just like not in context. You know, like, so here it is in context. Horns right here. Trumpet 1, trumpet 2, trombone. Eddie's on soprano, curved soprano, tenor and bari. All clip-on mics. Shure Beta 98s. These things are dope. Those things sound great. Come on. That's all the channels. I do have my microphone, Sonny's mic, and a stereo room mic, but you can see here, they weren't even on. Let's listen to some of these sections. So just drums and guitar is kind of funny and cool. Let's add the bass into that. Let's add the percussion. Let's add the keys in there now. It just sounds like to a lot of people like we're just jamming, which we kind of are, but there's certain things in there that kind of anchor it and give it arrangements. Let's just go drums, bass, guitar, and the Nord. You'll hear how the Nord interacts with my guitar part. So those little things give it some actual arrangement. It gives it a little more of a fingerprint for what's happening in there, and it helps give some shape to the phrasing. Because the difference between just kind of jamming an A minor chord and playing a song, a lot of it has to do with, are there signature parts, or is there things in the phrasing that really kind of anchor it as this song? And some of the way that we're playing this, we're conscious of those things, and we're trying to make it feel a little more signature, but also at the same time, kind of give the feeling of we're just jamming. So it should feel like we're just jamming, but if you were to just jam, it wouldn't work. So now let's hear that whole section with the whole band. You can see what I'm talking about now, where I said I wanted to do Flight of the Bumblebee. Michael Nelson and I, we need our own Flight of the Bumblebee. So here we go. Cool new background. The horns link back up with the rhythm section on that anchor point in the phrasing. Vibing each other in a good way. Hear those Kenny buttons. That's how you know it's real. You're not gonna find a VST instrument with the Kenny buttons on it. All right? It's like Keyscape, they got the sound of the sustain pedal and all that. See, he's got these little baggies. He's got these little baggies on there that he spent months and thousands of dollars probably to fix this horn. And it's like the best horn fixer guy in the world who lives in Iowa. When he got it back, he's like, there's a couple things about my tone that I need. So he puts these little baggies on his buttons and it gives him his sound or something. I've got nothing to say other than do what you got to do. If you sound like Kenni Holmen, you do whatever you need to do. You can't forget the Kenny buttons. That's why your sax patches sound like garbage. Oh, come on, jazz guy. Kenny, I'm sorry for this ahead of time. We have a bet going in the band when we're playing live. When Kenny's playing a solo, the rhythm section all look at each other. And if you think that this is a solo that Kenny's not gonna go altissimo, you nod to the rest of the rhythm section, you say, this is the solo. Kenny's not going high. If he does go high, you owe the rest of the rhythm section $5. If he doesn't go high, everybody in the rhythm section owes you $5. When you got ledger lines that high, you gotta go for it. What? Kenny's out here bumping up my YouTube statistics for the dog demographic. Flight of the Bumblebee. There we go. So you get the trade and then you play together. They were kind of working this thing up together. It actually sounds kind of funny on its own, if I'm going to be honest. It sounds hilarious. It sounds like, what? Here it is, context though. Let's turn them up. Wow! That's classic bit. Sneak the harmonics in there. Hold up. Hold up. He hits the harmonics, then he plays the harmonics lick. What? Isolate that. Here it is soloed. Damn! How many moves does this guy have? He comes out tapping. I thought he's just playing a lick. All of a sudden, boo-wee, boo-wee. Let's isolate the boo-wee. Come on, that's dope. One thing that happened right here, both Victor and the rhythm section took one small stair step up. You notice Nêgah was laying out for the first part of the solo. She comes in with the triangle thingy that looks like some sort of kitchen utensil or something, looks like a pizza cutter or something. It's like modern day pizza cutter. Stair steps up the arrangement just a little bit. Vic goes in, dun, tick it again, dun, dun, tick it again. Goes in the 16th note triplet. The phrase completes. He keeps the 16th note triplet thing for that entire phrase. At the end of it, he's like, oh, kind of hanging on. Live, baby. That's what you get recording live. That's human. That's human. All right? Don't quantize that. No need. There's a human soul, a human heart beating those 16th note triplets. Then Nêgah decides stair step up a little more, coming with the bongos and congas. That's how you build an arrangement. Tiny stair steps. Now all of a sudden, he's got the hoo-hoo-hoos in there. What's the hoo-hoos in there? He's just like hitting down on the strings or something. It sounds like they're hitting against the pickups. It's like one of those drums, you know, the right there, that was the sickest. Solo it. That's sick. And it's just steady 16th note momentum. He's got the low stuff anchoring. He's got the hoo-hoos up top. And then he has the clicks going with the slaps and pops too. 3-dimensional playing. Now he's gonna do woots. Notice every phrase, he's got some sort of motif that he's doing. When we stair stepped up, he went the 16th note triplet thing, then he goes to the hoo-hoos and the then this next phrase, he went, he's going low and then high, low, high, low, high. He's got some sort of repeating motif, some sort of thing that's planting and giving phrasing around everything. Masterclass in how to craft a solo right here. All right, now the rest of the rhythm section is starting to come. I want in. All right, I want in on the fun. So I start playing. I start playing a little bit. All of a sudden I hear Vic go, did it, And I figured, okay, he's playing motif-wise the rest of the solo. Maybe I'll see if he wants to do it again. Da-da, da-da. I join in. Does it lining up exactly? Harmonic? Whatever. You're getting that sort of live, responding, reacting to each other. The solo was open. It was just kind of open. Vic gives me the nod. Yo, I'm ready to move on. And then I look over at the rest of the band to make sure that the rest of the band catches the cue. So that's kind of how we know what's happening next. You can see it here. Then Vic comes in with it. The head out. This is the third time we played through the melody. Vic's kind of changing things up. A little more excitement overall through the rhythm section. Vic's changing a few things just to make it feel, it's kind of like reharming the thing a little bit. Give it a little walk down. Different material, makes it feel good.
That's the take. That's the take.
You can feel the excitement. Feel the excitement here. Sonny getting a couple licks in there at the end. That was take 3. And we immediately knew that's it. That's the take. You know, if I'm going to be honest, we've changed the form of this song since we recorded it. Right now it's intro, play the head, play the little line, that unison line, play the head line, sax solo training line, bass solo, and then we play the head into the line and end it. In hindsight, I think we only needed to play the head once on the way in. And I'm okay with the way that we did it for the record because it gives the arrangement more room to grow, and it gave Michael as an arranger and me as a rhythm section arranger to kind of form things in a different way. The way that we do it now is actually shorter on the top end. The tune just happens faster. And honestly, I don't think that the melody needed to happen twice at the beginning. But at the time, I thought it did. Oh well. When we were recording this record, the most important thing was let's capture really good live takes on the set because it's part of my variety show. Let's feature some of these musicians who are some of my absolute heroes or friends. In the case of Victor Wooten, he's one of my favorite musicians of all time. The depth of why I love Victor and his playing goes far beyond just, oh, he does really cool stuff on the bass. When I was a teenager, I saw Bela Fleck and the Flecktones at the Minnesota Zoo, and it changed my life, watching Victor play. When I was in college, I watched Victor Wooten, Amazing Grace, live at the Quick 1,000 times at least. And it changed my way of thinking of what's even possible on a single instrument. I read both of his books, The Music Lesson, which is an incredible book that basically is like a music lesson, but more as a narrative, a storyline, teaching life lessons along the way. He's got a newer book called The Spirit of Music, which is also incredible. And then after we recorded this song together, I got to interview him and ask him a bunch of questions that I've been dying to ask him for years. And it has now blossomed into a wonderful friendship. And it's just so much fun. It is so much fun. Vic is a hero, a total legend, one of the greatest bass players, musicians, and people of all time. I hope you dig this. If you're not familiar with this tune, go check it out. It's on Spotify. I got the full videos on my YouTube channel. And at the time of posting this video, Vic and I are about to go out on tour together. I'm going on tour with my band, bringing Victor out as a special guest. It's going to be so much fun. We're going to play this tune and a bunch more. Got some Flecktone stuff on the set list. Got some Vic tunes on the set list. Both Sonny and Victor are gonna be there. That's gonna blow your mind. Two of my favorite bass players of all time. I am very excited. We're hitting the East Coast, Midwest of the US. We'll see you there. Peace!